So looking at this current Bitcoin price action, we can see, guys, the price of Bitcoin right now is flashing us a very interesting scenario. A scenario which is pointing us where the price in the immediate short term and even for the upcoming days might be possibly heading. So before I jump into the content, before I start talking about these scenarios, please do me a favor and destroy that like button. And to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now let's dive into a symmetrical triangle formation which I talked on my previous video, because I was very clear with you guys. Symmetrical triangle bias is neutral. It could be bullish, bearish, depending on which trend line gets broken. And in our case, I showed you, if we want to see a bullish continuation like this playing out, we definitely need 111,000 resistance to be broken. But if the price in the immediate short term loses the support from this lower trend line, then what in that case? We must prepare ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this. I mean, Bitcoin heading towards 105, 106,000, but we are aware 105, 106,000 in the immediate short term is not allowed to break, because as soon as this trend line around 105, 106,000 gets broken, we are expecting this trend to go lower than 100,000. Yes, guys, losing the support which you have around 105, 106,000 means Bitcoin has a very high probability of dropping below 100,000 in that case, because right now it's not just only this symmetrical triangle pointing us after breaking the lower trend line. We could prepare ourselves for a continuation which might look somehow like this, but even this rising trend line, yes, this rising trend line in a 4-hour time frame was acting as support. Each and every pullback around this rising trend line resulted in a bullish move. I mean, if you look at this price movement carefully, higher highs, higher lows, continuation pattern type of formation played out. But if we look at this one, this here is a lower highs. Now in the immediate short term, we might see a move which might look somehow like this. A relief rally again, Bitcoin trying to break out of 109, 110,000, but a continuation in this manner. I mean, test the support which you have around 105, 106,000 before deciding the actual direction, because we know in the immediate short term, the same trend line which previously acted as support will be acting as resistance. Parallelly, even this lower trend line which previously acted as support will be acting as resistance, right? And parallelly, even the R2 line. Yes, guys, according to our leading indicator, CPI indicator for the month of May, our best case target sits around this R3 line, which is 123,000. Our second best case target was around $109,500, which we already tested. And now, if this results in an exhaustion, Bitcoin failing to find support over this R2 line, then you can see after a move like this, there is a possibility of Bitcoin showing a continuation in this manner. I mean, this R2 line will be acting as additional resistance along with this rising trend line, along with the lower trend line from the symmetrical triangle, which could be resulting in a continuation that might look somehow like this. Because I personally believe Bitcoin in the immediate short term could show weakness, but that does not change the overall picture. I've been very clear with you guys. In a bigger picture, this pullback could be giving us a buying opportunity, because we are expecting a blow off top type of formation to play out in price action. So that's why in the immediate short term, if the price continues with this downtrend after a continuation like this, right, getting rejected around this R2 line, rejected around this rising trend line, rejected around this lower trend line from the symmetrical triangle, and start showing a move in this manner, please, I don't want you guys to panic. I've been very clear that could be a buying opportunity if we simply zoom out. And what I mean by that, a falling wedge in a weekly time frame. These are all in a smaller time frame, but this here is in a weekly time frame, which is also pointing us that a pullback around 105, 106,000 could be a temporary retest around the previous resistance line. This trend line around 105, 106,000 rejected us. Now, if the price shows a continuation here in a bigger time frame, in a weekly time frame, but remains above that line 105, 106,000, then you can see this will be just a temporary pullback, and price of Bitcoin after some consolidation could continue in this manner, just like as shown here in an example. I mean, more of a sideways movement, few ups and down, but at the end starting with another bullish continuation, because it's not just only this falling wedge, but even this right angle descending broad wedge pointing us a possible retest, which could be preparing ourselves for a continuation to the upside. Yes guys, the same trend line you can see which previously rejected us has been broken. Now this same trend line will be looked as support around 105, 106,000. So if the price of Bitcoin manages to find support above 105, 106,000, we are expecting this trend to continue and Bitcoin also to head above 130, 140,000. But failing to hold this trend line means I personally believe we are going to drop below 100,000. Yes guys, I personally think Bitcoin will be dropping below 100,000, liquidating the overall average longs, and only after that to make a U-shape or a V-shape type of recovery, because we are aware at the moment, as long as we remain above this trend line around 105, 106,000, this could still give us a buying opportunity, because according to Livermore pivotal point theory, you can see after breaking out of the previous high and flipping that into support usually gives us a buying opportunity. So in our case, since the price is still holding above this previous body close area above 105, 106,000, if we remain above this trend line, then after some range bound, after some consolidation, we are expecting this uptrend to continue. Otherwise, this here must wait. I mean, we might see a continuation like this playing out. Bitcoin coming for a retest in between 90 to 95,000, in between that range, and only after that make a reversal in this manner, U-shape or a V-shape type of reversal. But I don't want you guys to panic even if this kind of scenario plays out, because I have been very clear with you guys. Bitcoin has managed to build extremely important support above 90,000. Yes guys, even with the help of this Bollinger Band, you can see this here looks like a squeeze in Bollinger Band. I mean, squeeze in Bollinger Band usually indicates incoming volatility. So even if the price fails to hold this ground, fails to hold the support from this central line or the basis line, right, and even drops lower towards this lower band, please, again, the same lower band will be acting as support for Bitcoin. And additional to this support, we also have support from this Williams alligator indicator, which is still looking very, very bullish. I mean, green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom only happens during uptrend. You can see here, right? Green line at the top, blue line at the bottom happens during uptrend, and each and every pullback during that time, it acts as support. So in our case, this is also a higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern type of formation in a bigger scale. You can see higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern type of formation. So even if the price in the immediate short term shows weakness, gets attracted back towards this trend line below 100,000, this Williams alligator indicator will be holding us, which could be resulting in a continuation in this manner after that. Yes guys, I personally think Bitcoin will continue this uptrend, and we could be preparing ourselves for a blow off top type of formation, and only after that an actual reversal. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my vlog, then please guys do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.